What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Building with the Gorilla. Alright, so today we're going to deep dive into the world of angles, making geometric shapes with the wire glitch on Corvette. Okay, so to do this, we want to make sure that we leave ourselves enough room at the back and at the front of the landing pad so we can place angled halves. Okay, so to do this, I want you to place your landing gear right here at the back of this circle. You want to have your landing bay there. Okay, and now we're going to build 4 full-length halves. We'll place a cockpit. You're going to place a reactor right in the center of the landing pad so we know where it is, because like I've said in previous videos, you can't place base parts inside of that circle. So this method will not work inside that circle. Okay, so I like to go and place all of my angles before I start my Corvette build, and then I can just have the angled halves, you know, off to the side, red stated, and I can move them into the Corvette build as I go. Alright, now we need a thruster, and that's all we need to do here in the Corvette builder. Once we have this simple Corvette built like this with room in the front and room in the back, you can apply your edits and leave your builder, and then we're going to warp to our base where we have our flat spot where we can work on our Corvette. Alright guys, now that we're at our base, we just need to call in our Corvette. And as before, we want to position ourselves nice and close to this starship icon so we're able to swap between our base menu and our Corvette menu. Okay, now I like to use the light floor panel for this because the light floor panel is in both build menus. It's in the Corvette build menu and it's in the base build menu. So when you choose it and you place it on the Corvette, it actually is part of the Corvette. Okay, now it's very important to try to line this up perfectly in the center, and the way I like to do that is I like to stick it here in this square on the landing bay, and then I like to move it back until it comes in contact with the rounded edges on both sides, and then we'll place it. Okay, so that's as close to the center as we're going to get it. Now you'll open your base menu and you're going to attach a small timber panel to each side like that, and we're going to build back. Okay, one on each side. Now I had people comment in the how I place the teleporter video, ask how did I get the engines on that particular Corvette rounded like that at the back. So I'm going to show you how I did that. Now on this panel, you want to position yourself above it, and we're going to just simply duplicate the panel, and we're going to try to center this panel directly on top of the panel below it. Okay, when you get it as close as you can, you're going to switch the rotation and you're going to rotate it this way. Now see how the lines are running that way? I don't want it like that, so we're going to pick it up and we're going to rotate it. Now we'll duplicate it again, Now we're going to bring it down until that green line is just barely touching the panel below it, okay? And we'll place it. And now we're going to duplicate it. Now, when you do this, you see you'll duplicate to the flat, or if you kind of monkey with your camera, it'll duplicate to the angle. We want to go to the angle 2 times, okay? And now we're going to do the same thing here. So we're going to rotate the panel so the lines are facing the other way. We'll duplicate, side shift it just a little bit, and then we're going to do the same thing here. And we'll place it 2 times, okay? Now that I've done that, we can remove the center one. And we can remove the angled one here. So now, you're going to do the exact same thing on this panel. You're going to duplicate it. We'll just side shift it a little bit. Try to get it right on top of itself. Same thing. You want to have that line just sticking up. Very important to get these the same on both sides. The more time you spend on this, the better the result will be at the end, okay? And now same thing. We're gonna copy it twice. Remove the center one and this angled one. And now you can see what we have here is this rounded appearance going on. So we'll do the same thing on this side. Just try to line the edges of the panel up. I don't know what's harder, lining the edges up or this rotation, trying to get that line right perfect. Either way. I wish that there was a sensitivity slider for this rotation, part rotation. Alright, that's about as close as I'm gonna get it, I think. So we'll place those, we'll remove the center and this one. Okay, so now that we have those, let's just pan back and see how that looks. That looks pretty good. And we'll do, let's say we want to have some angled wings. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go another back and then we'll go 5 out. Right? Well, let's go here actually just to be safe. I don't want to run out of room. Now that you have this square here, you're going to attach a small triangle to the back of it. Okay. And now what you're going to do is you're going to take a thin timber wall and you're going to place it here. And you're going to place one here. Okay. On both sides. And then you're going to copy it. 2, 3. 3 there and 3 there. Okay. And now we can remove the walls and the 2 short panels. And we'll do the same thing here. Now, you want to make sure that the lines are running in this orientation so we can use the lines on the panels as a guide to place our wires. Okay, so this is our scaffolding, right? We're going to end up with 2 angles here, 2 angles here, 2 angles here, and 2 angles here. All right, so we don't need this anymore. You can remove this. Oh, we need this still. So, and we need to change the orientation of these panels because we want the lines running in this direction. Like that, okay? All right. So now that we have our scaffolding in place, you're going to go into your build menu and you're going to select the electrical wiring. Now, this is going to be our pull point, and we're going to take our wire connector and we're going to rotate it like this. And we're going to place the little nub at the back of the connector right here on this line. You're going to place the connector, and then you're going to drag it up here to the center line between these 2 oval markings on this floor panel. And I want you to bring the connector right to the edge of the panel and place the wire like that. And we'll do the exact same thing on this side. I'm going to place it here. Drag it up, put it on the center line. Bring it to the very edge of the panel and place the wire. Okay? Now that you have that placed, go into your build menu, select any part, push the 3 lines button to switch to Corvette editor, push up on the D-pad, choose your crew berth. Now once you have your crew berth chosen, you're going to toggle wiring with wire triangle, aim at the center of the green connection point, and you're going to press place, right trigger or RT, and triangle or Y at the same time, and you should place your crew berth. Okay, once you've placed your crew berth, you're going to pick it up using RT or R2, drag it over. You want to green state it, see if it red states, just move it around until it green states, and then you're going to push B or circle, and it should snap back. Now if it doesn't snap back, you'll have to place it again and try again, because sometimes it just doesn't work. This is a glitch after all, you guys. So doing that makes this part of the Corvette. Okay, so once you have that attached, you're simply going to choose your crew berth again, come to this power point, toggle to wiring using wire triangle, aim at the power point, place it, and like before, you're going to just grab it, drag it over, green stated on the Corvette, press B or circle, and it should snap back. Now once it's snapped back, we can remove that wire and we can remove that panel. Okay, now you're going to do the same thing from here to the bottom ones now. Alright, so you choose your electrical wiring. You're going to place it in the exact same spot, center of this panel, with the nub of the connector right on that line. And you'll pull it down to the center line here, and like before, bring the connector right to the very edge, place it. We'll turn around and we'll do the same thing here. Place the wire. I'm getting stuck. Come down here, put it on the center line. Place it on the edge. Open your build menu, select your crew berth. Toggle the wiring using wire triangle. Reticle on the green power point. Place it using RT or R2 in triangle or Y. Now, I'm going to pick it up, drag it over. Hopefully it green states. Push B or circle and it snaps back. And now same thing, other side. Choose your crew berth. Toggle to wiring. Place it using RT and triangle or R2 and triangle or Y. You know, I don't know these darn button combinations. Y on Xbox, triangle on PlayStation, and the right trigger. Pick it up, drag it over, green state it, push B or O. Snap back, so we're good. So we can delete the wire and the panels. We're done with these ones, and we're done with these ones. Okay, so now we have 4 different angles, 2 on each side that should mirror each other. Okay, now for this, it's the same principle. We're just pulling the wire in a different direction. Now, the possibilities with this are endless. Any way you can pull the wire, you can place a crew berth. Okay, now it is limited. Okay, you can't place angles on, you know, such an angle where the game will only let you put so much angle on these halves. If you put too much angle on them, what will happen is when you go back to the space station to attach a habitat to these crew berths, it'll just red state. So if you have that happen, you've put too much of an angle on the crew berths. Okay, so it won't let you put them on too steep of an angle. It also won't let you place them upside down. And it won't let you place them on their end. But anything, you know, like this or maybe slightly steeper is on the table. Now, pre-remnant update, we were able to place a wire and go straight up, and you could place a crew berth upside down. And people were using this method to place upside down landing bays, so they would open like the trunk of a car, right? That doesn't work anymore. Something in the remnant update removed that, but this part of it still works. Okay, so if you open your build menu and you can't get to the Corvette menu, you just simply pull the part over on the ground, push your 3 lines button to switch base permissions, and open your build menu again and select your crew berth. Okay, so same thing, we toggle to wiring with the crew berth chosen, and then you're going to place the crew berth with triangle or Y and the right trigger. Now we're going to pick it up, green state it, push B or O to snap it back. We're done with this wire. We can remove the wire. Same thing, we're going to choose crew berth, switch to wiring, the wire triangle button, place with wire triangle and right trigger, push square, pick up the crew berth, green state it, press B or O to cancel placement, and it will snap back. Remove your wire. Now we're going to do a couple more here. We'll have it here, pull it down to here, bring it right to the edge and place it. Same thing on this side, you guys. Just get in the habit of always using the same spot, and you know, your screw berths will be as close to perfectly mirrored every time. All right. Well, again, choose your crew berth, toggle wiring, place it with triangle or Y and right trigger or square. Highlight the part, pick it up, green state it, push B. Now we can remove the panels and the wires. Same thing on this side. Choose the crew berth, toggle the wiring, place it using wire triangle and right trigger or square, pick up the part, green state it, push B or circle. Remove the panels and the wires. Okay, so now we have multiple different crew berths that we can connect habitats to. And as long as you're doing the drag it over, green stating it on the Corvette and canceling placement, that makes the crew berths part of the Corvette. Now, I want to show you, I made a Corvette not that long ago called the Renegade, and the front of that Corvette was angled. Okay, now the way I've done this is similar to this, but where we place the light floor is different. Now, if I zoom in here, on the right hand side of my reticle, you can see right here, there's this crest, this little line where you can see that this is angled and then it flattens out. This little ridge right here and this gouge, you want to place the edge of the light floor between those two marks. I don't know exactly where, but you know, that is going to bring you relatively close, that when your angled hab comes down in line with this hab, they're, you know, almost in line. And if you're really, really picky like me, you'll come back and try this 3 or 4 times to get it as close to perfect as you can. But, you know, that's up to you. So, the way I do this is I like to bring this down to the thick dark line and make sure it's straight, and then I like to just slowly move it up, and then just tap it over, and we're gonna place it there. Okay, now see, the light floor is not in the center, but it's where we need it. So same thing as before. You can connect 2 panels to the side of it, and we're going to go 3 forward. And once we get here, we want to go tilted forward like this, okay? Now, I can see that it's off just a little bit. So we'll place it there like that. And now we want to connect 2 to the front of the one that's going down, and we'll remove that one. Okay, so once we have that, you can see we have that kind of an angle here at the front of the ship. And now we're going to copy this, flip the lines so they're going this way. We're going to copy this over 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you can see the edge of this is darn close to the edge of that, right? Well, it's the same thing here, you guys. You're going to choose the wiring. You're going to place it right here on the center line, okay? Place it, pull it out, and we're going to try to keep it in the very center over that line. Bring it to the edge of the panel and place it. Now, like before, you're going to choose your crew berth, toggle the wiring, and place your crew berth. Now we'll drag it, green state it, and there you go. We can remove the wire, we can remove the panels. All that's left to do now is to take this back to the space station and connect the halves to it. Now, to show you that these are connected, I can just call the Corvette in. Now you see, these are all connected now. As long as you dragged it over, green stated it on the Corvette and canceled the placement and it snapped back, that makes them part of the Corvette. So, I will see you back in the space station and we'll place these halves. Alright guys, here we are back in the space station. As you can see, our Corvette's here with our crew berths attached. And you'll just return to your builder. And like I said, now we can attach our habitats. Now, I think, yeah, see, this is backwards, so that does happen sometimes. So, I mean, we'll just do that. And then, like, here, these are finicky because they're close together. Just have to play with them. That's connecting to the hab beside it. Now there you go. You see that? That's how I did the rounded back end on the other ship. Okay. Now we can connect one here. And we can connect one here. Now, you can see these are all identical on each side, right? So the more time you spend on placing those wires and lining everything up, the better off your results will be. Now, I'm going to save this, and I'm going to flip that front one so we can put the cockpit on the front of it, not on the back of it. We'll put a staircase inside there. And we'll return to the builder. We'll just pick this one up, rotate it, and now we should be able to connect the cockpit to the front of it. I guess we're too far forward. There we go. So, let's see how we did. Pretty close, you see that? So, it's not perfect. It could have went a little further over, but that's pretty close. So now that you have this, it's important to remember, if you want to put your teleporters, your storage containers, your planetary scanner in your Corvette, it can't be built inside this circle that surrounds the plus sign, okay? So these angles, what I usually do is I usually just build them up and out, okay? And I remove these, and I do the same thing here. Now, sometimes with these angles, the game doesn't want to let you place them you know, beyond a certain point, which I'm not really sure why, but it just is what it is. Now, I like to just move those out from the side because, you know, I don't want them to get in the way, and I have no intention of building my Corvette up there. So I just like to move them out of the way, and then I just move them into place when I need them, right? So what did I do here? I did something wrong. Whatever. So in this situation now, I would remove all of this, and we're gonna move this as far back as we can, right? For some reason it doesn't want me to put it there. All right. And now we're going to just bring this one back. The game really doesn't like it when you place a bunch of angles like this. It gets kind of laggy. But we don't care what the game wants. We know what we want, right? So let's say we're gonna do this, right? Now, ideally, that's as far forward that you want your cockpit. You want it outside of that circle. That way, if you want to put your teleporter and your planetary scanner in the cockpit, you'll be able to. As soon as that cockpit crosses over that line, you won't be able to build in it, right? So now what we want to do while we're building, you just want to take another landing gear and another couple halves and place them ahead. So that way, when you exit the builder, for any reason, the game is not going to recenter your Corvette in the landing pad and screw your plan for base parts inside the Corvette up, okay? Now, as long as you don't remove these halves, you'll have these angles, okay? So, let's see if I can figure this out and bring these back in line with how they are on the other side. Well, that was pretty simple. It was just one high there. So yeah, you guys, that's how you do it. It's a pretty straightforward method. The setup takes some time, and like I said, the more time you spend on placing your wires, the better your results will be. So thanks for joining me on this journey. I hope you guys all learned something. If you feel like you would like to reach out to me on my Discord, the link will be in the description of this video. I would love to see pictures of what you guys come up with using some of these methods that I'm sharing with you. Unfortunately, YouTube does not allow you to post pictures in the comments, but if you join the Discord you will be able to post pictures there and get in touch with me. So it's been fun, you guys. Thanks for joining me. I will catch you in the next one. And long live the glitch.